Hello and welcome back to Bella Luna Soapery. If you're new here, my name is Tanya and today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm doing some formulation work, so this will not be a complete product. This is the first version of a product that I am kind of testing out and finding a recipe for, but I thought it'd be fun to just kind of take you along on that process. So we're going to be trying to duplicate the shower jellies from Lush. There's a lot of recipes out there on Pinterest and other places where it uses gelatin, but those kind of recipes you have to refrigerate the product, which obviously is not ideal. Lush, from what I've seen on their ingredient list, uses carrageenan as kind of their binding and gel agent. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to just be trying out a recipe using some carrageenan in it as well as some other surfactants and kind of just see how close we can get, or where we need to make adjustments. Just playing around, trying a new formula, and yeah, it should be fun. Alright my friends, so we are doing a little experimenting today and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am attempting to make shower jellies. Lush makes a shower jelly and I've seen a lot of them online recently, but I wanted to try to make one that, a lot of the online recipes I've seen use gelatin and then they have to be refrigerated. So we are trying not to have to refrigerate it. Lush doesn't, of course, refrigerate theirs, so there's definitely a way to do it. So we're going to give it a shot. So I am starting off with putting some distilled water in my little crock pot liner here. We're kind of going to do an everyone in the pool method today and just see how it turns out. And then next I'm going to be adding in vegetable glycerin, which is a humectant, so it'll be really nice in these jellies. Plus it'll kind of help thicken things up a little bit. I think these could be a really fun concept. Now I'll admit I have never used one before, but the idea of it sounds like it could be, just kind of something fun and different to use in your shower. Would be great for kids too, of course. But that all depends on if it actually comes together. So we will see. Now next I'm going to add in SCI powder. And that is going to help, with the actual cleansing. It is a surfactant, and it'll also help, with lather and all that good stuff. And it is the reason we are doing this in a crock pot liner, because it will have to kind of melt down. I'm not doing a very big batch because I don't know what's going to happen. So we will definitely see. Now you do got to be a little bit careful with the SCI powder. It does get airborne pretty easily, but it is a coconut derived product and it is one of the more gentle surfactants. And then in addition, I'm going to add in some cocoa medripol betaine, just another surfactant that adds some really good lather. It is a little stronger than the SCI. So we'll get that in there. And then next, we're going to add in carrageenan powder. And this is what should actually take the place of the gelatin I've seen in other recipes, and give the kind of hold the shower jellies together and give them that jelly-like texture. And I believe carrageenan comes from seaweed, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure on that. It actually does look kind of like gelatin. Alright, so that is everything that is going in for right now. Now you could definitely do an oil and a water phase, but I chose not to do that. I'm just going to heat everyone up together. Now once this has completely combined, I will be adding in some lavender essential oil as well as a preservative and some colorant. But I'm going to let everything do its thing first. We'll have to let it cool down some before we can put that preservative in. And just at that time, we'll go ahead and add the essential oils and the colorant. Alright, so here is what our mixture is looking like. I don't really know if this is what it's supposed to look like, but it's what we're going with. It does have a nice jelly-like consistency. And now I'm going to go ahead and stir in my colorant. This is just some purple vibrance with some isopropyl alcohol. Because I just felt like, based on the texture of this, that it might work better if I, you know, made it into a liquid. So I just wasn't real sure how that was gonna stir in. That looks like it did pretty good there. All right, and heat-wise, we are at a point where we can add in our preservative. Since this has water in it, you definitely have to use a preservative as well as our essential oil. And I'm just doing lavender. So we'll get that in and give that a stir. All right, so that looks to be good there. And then I have a silicone mold here. This is what I'm going to put it in. And then we'll let it cool off, probably 24 hours, and then we'll come back and see what happens when we unmold it. I don't really know what the best way to get this in there is gonna be. It might be fun to have a couple little sparkles on the bottom. Alright, let's see if I can actually get this in there. Maybe scooping it in. We'll give that a go. And I will smack this down to kind of even that out. I just am trying to get it in here as quick as possible since I don't know really how long it's going to take to set up. Because we are having our mad scientist moment today and just experimenting. Which is half the fun of making things, just trying things out, seeing if they work. You know, sometimes things are successful, sometimes things are not successful. Alright, let me try to smack this down a little bit. And we're just going to let these set up overnight. Tomorrow we'll try to unmold them and we'll see how they turned out. Alright, so we're going to try to unmold these and see how it goes. I let it set up overnight. I'm pretty sure if I make these again that I would like to do it with adding in a little more of the Carrageenan powder just to firm them up a little bit better. Because they seem like they're going to break apart a little bit there. And that's what they look like. So they are solid. It didn't get all the way down in the top of that mold. They definitely feel jelly-like. I wonder if they would unmold a little better if I put them in the freezer for a second first. So we might try that and then come back and unmold the rest. Alright, so we're going to try to unmold a few more of these. Oh, that came out much cleaner. Oh, they are kind of fun. But like I said, I definitely would use more of the Carrageenan powder because I think they just need a little more stability in them. And I may melt it down more. I wasn't really sure how much I needed to melt everything down before I poured them, so I think that could also help. That one broke apart a little bit, but not too bad. So overall, I would call this a success. Definitely some tweaks if I'm gonna make them again, but yeah, not too bad for my first time trying to make these shower jellies. So I hope you enjoyed coming along for this little experiment we did today. So definitely some key learnings here. The Carrageenan I think needs to be upped, as well as maybe the water taken down a notch. I also have found that you need to get the Carrageenan to, at least the kind I bought, to around like 185 degrees Celsius before it really starts gelling and turning into that jelly-like consistency. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It is something that you're gonna have to definitely take the temperature on and kind of watch just so you can get it to that gelling point. And then you're also going to have to be aware of the temperature when you let it cool down, because the preservative can only go in at certain temperatures. So I'm definitely going to continue to work on this recipe. I think I'm pretty close, but I think definitely there are tweaks to be made and some more experimenting to do. So next time I do make another batch, I'll bring you along with me so that you can see, you know, where we are in the next steps of just trying to come up with this formula for the shower jellies. So thank you for being here. Take care, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.